started in 2017 when somebody had mentioned, I was the chef here at the time, and they said, can the chef make a gingerbread house? And I, without even thinking, I said, sure, I could do it. Never done one before, but I was willing to take the challenge.
The flour itself is about 50 pounds of flours, and we use the margarine as well, 10 pounds of margarine, brown sugar, the white sugar, coconut sugar, and snow sugar, so, and also Eskimo, so that's almost up to like 90 pounds of sugar. So I'm the one who make all the panels. Fred will give me the recipe that worked for him for the last 7 years. When we make our doughs, we have to cut it exactly the same shape, because if it's not, it's going to be very hard for us to put into each panel. We let it sit for a couple of days to make sure it's nice and dry, and then when it's dry, we start sanding it to make sure it's fit each panel.
So I had this idea, I was teetering with my phone in history, and there's a lot of historic pictures of people having snowball fights out and around the Capitol. So I sent those pictures to my team, and that's how we came up with the gingerbread snowball fight. The dome, that was my biggest challenge of the whole thing, was how do I bake a dome? And I was at my mother-in-law's house, and I was looking around her kitchen, and I saw a 5-quart KitchenAid bowl, and I imagined it upside down, and that is exactly what that dome is made from. I did a Rice Krispie treat, packed it in the bowl, froze it, made the dough, draped the dough over, froze it, cut the windows out with the other side of a tip of a pastry tip, and that's how I've done it for the last 7 years.
The Christmas tree is started with the Rice Krispie with the marshmallow, of course, very flexible, and from that we built it, we shaped it, and it's nice and hard. We leave it for like a day, and then after that, when it's all nice in shape, we coat it with the chocolate, so that way it stays hard and it's no bending and no shape. So after the chocolate's finished, let it dry overnight, so now it's like super hard, rock hard. The whole thing is edible. Yes, it is. The lights is not edible, of course, and it's run by the battery. The battery pack is just right under here. So that way we can change the battery, so make it portable. So.
It has a wooden structure inside that hold it up to support it. Otherwise, it wouldn't last 45 days. But it has a same frame. It's a frame in between. You can't see it, but there's a wooden frame inside there that holds everything up to support it. Constructed inside the Capitol in the kitchen below in the basement, and then we bring it over when it's time for show. We move it through the tunnel. It has wheels, very mobile. When we moved it, you always hear the cracking and you get nervous because you want to get it here in one piece. And when you're coming down the ramp, you hear crack, crack. You hear all the little things that are moving around in here, and we try to hold off on the statue until we get it over here because we don't want anything to happen to her. So we'll install that as soon as we get to the spot it's supposed to be. I had a friend of mine cast a model from a gift shop 5 years ago, and they took the silicone and they casted an actual mold of it so that we could put it in. The inspiration for the panda was the day that we came in, the team came in through this outdoor Capitol, and some of the Capitol Police guards were like, oh, the gingerbread time this year, and one of them said, you should add panda this year's display. So we went back to the kitchen, we made panda, and we said, okay, that's what we're gonna do. So the penguin was added this year for not only to bring the gingerbread house to life, but to add a characteristic of fun that was, as you can see, very enjoyable, but it was just added for just creativity and bringing this gingerbread house to life. It's hovering on 2 magnets. It's a box that allows the magnet to float over top, which gives us the feature to where it's spinning around to bring this to life. It helps with the whole thing, but it looks amazing. Very difficult to get to attach, but it is. Once it is, it does this for nonstop. Right after Thanksgiving, we scramble, we put it out the next, I think this is the Monday following Thanksgiving, and then